just give the average Joe an insight of what's it like playing at this level.
Friday night's always been a personal favourite of mine. You've got the long weekend. Everyone's just wanting that release, that stimulation, just to watch a macabre sport of gladiatorial confrontation. And you feed off that as athletes. Like, you love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Dropped Kickoff. It is me, Nick, the Kick, Hartman, and with me is just one more. He's the usual. It's Nathan Williamson. Sorry, all the Nick W fans out there. He has a couple of new working class friends working on his kitchen, so he's out of here. He cannot join us for kitchen-related reasons, which, Nathan, to me sounds like a bit of a cop-out.
He knows what's coming this week. He knows what's coming, and he's run. He's run to his brand new kitchen, and he is cooking up a storm.
He is. And tell you what, short round, which kind of sucks. We can talk about that, I guess. Short round with only 4 games. But most importantly, Nathan, one of these...
That's short. Like, you're missing 1 game, that's it.
Yeah, but, it just doesn't have that flavour. Anyway, sorry. Short round, in my opinion. With but importantly, the Waratahs got their first away win, I think, outside of Australia in 4 years against the Drua. That's what we're going to start talking about first, because we are an Australian rugby pod. Nathan, let's go through this game. Let's ride the highs. Let's not really ride the lows, even though there's plenty of them. Waratahs look good.
Yeah, they look good. I mean, it's one of those ones where, for full transparency, one I had to catch on replay, but was following the reliable live blog of Nick Wasiliev and was stunned to see the points total just go up and up and up. But when I watched it back, like, it was clinical. Like, the thing of the Waratahs is there's been signs of this throughout the year. They never really put it together for 80 minutes. Like, I mean, or even just not necessarily put it together 80 minutes, but just being as clinical as they were on Saturday. Like, you look at the Blues game, it was probably a similar half to that first half of the Blues game where they looked like a awesome team, but on that day in Sydney, they couldn't take the chances. On this day, they could. They were great. I think the good sign as well is some of the younger guys stepping up as well. Like, I think the halves of Teddy Wilson and Jack Bowen worked well together. Clem Halaholo, I don't know why he doesn't keep starting at 6. He's great. Most importantly, one for the Harry Potter truther of the pod here. Yeah, He had a good game. Game. Nice little ran a nice line to sort of score off that line out or scrum. I can't remember which one it was.
It was a line out.
It was a line out. There we go.
I think it was a line out, then they went into a maul, and then they popped out.
Basically, it's very similar play to Sid Harvey's try against the Highlanders. Like, a little hooker tracks the defence, and then the winger kind of sweeps through and goes straight through the gap. But, like, they were great. Even with Sully out with hamstring tightness, like, they looked like a solid team. And hey, second half, let's not talk about the second half. That wasn't good, but bonus point win. Suddenly, suddenly you're in the finals hopes. 7 days is a long time in sport, and you're looking at this team, wondering if this was going to be its final stand, or if this was going to be over. And hey, they've put it together, and suddenly they're a team with momentum heading into two must-win games against the Brumbies and Force, who, hey, they've got their own finals hope. So it just adds a bit more jeopardy to the end of this competition.
Yeah, it is exciting, isn't it? Last couple of games, especially with the Force Reds game, which we're going to talk about later. Or mainly you can talk about because I didn't say it. But it was back to February, wasn't it? And one of the famous February champions, Waratahs, and they also played the Drua. I think it was their second game. And
something like that.
Yeah, I'd have to say, like, there's a bit of the same feeling across the board. Yeah, look, great performance after honestly 2 shocking ones. It feels like it's coming together. You go, oh, that kind of worked. Shout out, shout out the halves pairing of Wilson and Jack Bowen, friend of the pod, Finn. Uh, said earlier that when we got together for beers, which the our podcast listeners weren't there for, but he was like, Jack Bowen always ends up playing the last games of the season. Why can't he just start? Which I'm obviously a big fan of, right? Like, we've talked a lot about is this basically warm up for internationals, or is this a proper kind of club game? And I just wish that we had more of that youth production mindset and just play him. Like, why not? I don't think he's any worse than the other 2 options. Sure, he's not as experienced, but he's not too young, is he?
It's like 20. He's 23, but the problem that he had this year was he was coming back from osteo. He's been dealing with osteopubis for the last best part of 2 years. So he basically chatted to him before.
Osteopubis, what's that?
It's the thing that Michael Hooper had. I actually don't know the exact definition, so we're going to do a
All right,
little.
I'll look it up.
You look it up while I explain. So it's what I know is it was incredibly painful. Like, he was saying he couldn't get out of bed without being in pain. He wasn't training fully during the week. He was just basically on painkillers to get through the season, so he could play against the Lions, try and get East back-to-back Shute Shields titles. But it ended up with him basically doing 8 months of rehab, working his way back, and then finally got himself back on the field and is now able to play 80 minutes, which he hadn't been able to do for, again, the best part of 2 years. So partly there was, whilst, yes, there's Kevin criticism of why it took this long to get him back. Part of it was he was actually dealing with a pretty nasty injury there. For someone his age, that's pretty tough to deal with. Have you got a definition there?
Yeah, sorry, you did well there. It's the it's the inflammation in the joint between your left and right pubic bones, which is called your pubic symphysis. It causes pain and swelling in your groin or lower abdomen, and it basically this definition shouts out sport. It makes it hard to play sport.
Yeah,
which is really funny. This is a AI summary, but it says it's highly common amongst athletes, especially runners, soccer players, and hockey players. Symptoms aggravated by running, kicking, twisting, pivoting, or even routine movements like climbing stairs, coughing, or getting out of a car.
Or like any core aspect of a fly halves game.
Yeah, yeah. Tactical kicking. See, but yeah. Anyway, look, I thought he played really well. It's great to see him get a go. It's great to see Wilson also get a go because, frankly, Gordon wanted to leave a year ago, 2 years ago,
like 3 years ago.
And honestly, kind of deserves it. He's been a warrior, and they've really got to start. Look, they're in this hole at the moment with fly halves because there's just no long-term planning, or they switch the coach out and all the favorites and preferences change. And you get into this hole. Like, you just got to start playing these guys and trusting them and giving them time. And frankly, if the next step is Shute Shield, yeah, sure, they're doing a third tier. But if the next step is Shute Shield and you've got, how many games you got? 15, 14 games of Super Rugby to play?
Yeah, about
it's just not enough. It's just not enough. And then, once you get into so many games, a must win, especially for an Australian team. So it's good to see them get a go. And it's good to see them perform very well.
But there is also this element of patience as well. And you probably the global market right now, it's completely understandable why these guys don't want to sit for 4 or 5 years when you can just go overseas, earn a boatload of money, and then if you're good enough, you come back and get even more, rather than just doing the apprentice. I mean, Jake Gordon's a perfect example of that. He waited behind Nick Phibbs till he was, I don't know, probably 24, 25, maybe even later, before he got a proper starting gig as well. So, I mean, and yeah, that's what Teddy's going through now, and like you kind of alluded to there, you'd expect Jake Gordon to probably try and cash in after the 27 World Cup, and he's earned it. He's been one of the best servants the Waratahs have had at scrum half, maybe ever. Like, he's been unreal.
Yeah.
But it's all about balancing the idea of doing your apprenticeship and doing your time, whilst also giving these guys the opportunities at the next step up, whether that be Super Pacific, Super Oz. I could see Teddy Wilson going, if an Australia A tour was to come up at some point this year, see him going on that. It's just that balancing act that's probably been missing in the tens. Like, it's probably been a bit too much of a haphazard move of, let's just try somebody. All right, you're not working. All right, let's find the next hot hand and just keep running the hot hand the entire time. So it'd be interesting to see what they do this week. But I'd like to see, I'd say Jack start, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Jake and Jack, who are year 9-10 combo, even though the chemistry is there with Teddy.
Yeah, but you kind of feel that was part of it. Go play Fiji. No one really likes playing in Fiji. Notoriously, teams who play in Fiji don't win the next game. We talked about the second half already, where they fell apart. So, from memory, the score at halftime. So we were talking about before about the second half falling off. The score at halftime was 36-7. Right, ended up being 50-35. So the Fijians almost put on the entire score that the Waratahs did in the first half on the Waratahs again to finish the game. But yeah, like, it's a tough game. Obviously incredibly sapping. I wonder how the referees feel after refereeing in Fiji. By the way, does James Dolman get a rest? But great time to play a lot of the youngsters. Barrett. The prop has been getting a lot of shout outs. You shout out Clem Halahala before. It was good to see that forward pack kind of shine like they were in the early stages of the season. At the early stages of the season, looked like the forward pack would be the shining light of the Waratahs. Hasn't kind of worked out that way, except for Lambert and Botha and Dobbins. The front row has been fantastic, but yeah, I mean, look. Waratahs won. Waratahs made it look really easy. Drop off in the second half, but I just feel there was a lot of the symptoms of the disease of the Waratahs losses this year. A lot of running at the guy who keeps getting turnovers unsupported. A lot of and the Fijians made thousands of mistakes, and I don't think if the Waratahs were able to get away with a lot. Look, I want to be positive, but it just feels like February again, and March is playing the Brumbies.
Lose your head.
I wish, mate. I wish I could.
And hey,
yeah.
What happened in March? What happened in March when we played the Brumbies?
Beat them, baby. Fucking beat them, baby. And also, Jack Jepasini somehow kicked the ball backwards in that game, I think.
Yeah. But it was under advantage, I think, so it will count. No problem.
Yeah, who hasn't kicked the ball backwards under advantage? Yeah. Who hasn't? But yeah.
God forbid he innovates.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a shame that Swiley couldn't play. The Glass Ferrari, as he's turning out to be. Sounds like some sort of rare Pokemon. But
it's weird with Swiley.
It's a shame he wasn't there to carve.
Like, he's played. I've worked out the stat before. So he's been at the Waratahs for 2 years. He has played 11 games. He's missed probably at least 16, 17. During that time, there has been 19 test matches for the Wallabies. What about that? 19, 20, ballpark. Guess how many of those he's played?
16.
We're guessing, or 18.
Wow.
So, for all that is made of, he can't stay on the field, he's a bust, blah, 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 his record when it comes to test matches is undeniable. He is near perfect. If you go through his stats and see, since his debut in England, he would be probably one of the most consistent players in that gold jersey in terms of fitness and availability. So I find it fascinating. It just might be somebody prioritizing themselves to a test arena. And hey, why not? When you've got a big year coming up and a big World Cup, like God forbid, I'm going to say this, and I'm really sorry for what's about to follow this in the next fortnight, but we've suddenly got a complete clean bill of health outside of Will Skelton for our top line players. Like Tate
Ooh.
McDermott's back playing, Angus Bell, Lenny Tower back
Harry
playing,
Potter.
and Harry Potter's back playing from his concussion. Like basically everybody outside maybe Tom Liner, who I think is pretty close as well, is fit and ready to go. We want people. We've all of a sudden it'd be nice. Sure, it'd be nice to go deep in Super Rugby competitions, but reality is we want these guys fit and firing, and we want as much selection headaches as we can for July. So I'm comfortable with them taking the conservative approach now if it means that he will play big minutes like in test level like he did last year.
Let's circle back. You said on the Nuss go deep in the super competition. We'll get back to that. Remind me, Nathan. I know I'm the host, but remind me. But before we move on to the Force Reds, I want to know what you think, Nate. Though, where does Swiley's future lie? Positionally.
In terms of positionally, I would probably say I reckon they'll pick him as a centre, but I would play him as an outside back.
That's how it all seems non-committal as a winger.
I would say I would play him as a winger. Yeah, winger or fullback.
Yeah,
but
okay.
centre, like I look at. I mean, what's Angus Crichton playing when he comes over?
Inside.
He's
center?
probably going to have to play inside centre.
Oh, outside. Yeah, maybe
then
outside.
You've got Len. The reality is you've got Len who picks himself, and then you look at your next option. And it's one of Suva or Crichton. I think the joy is you can't just pick whoever's fit and whoever's ready to go. But yeah, it's interesting what you do with Suva. Like, but there's also that counterpoint of he's played so much time at 13. Like he's starting to get used to it. He's starting to adapt to the position. Are you just basically saying, all right, well we give up, this hasn't worked, or what do you do? But and particularly when you have so many good outside backs as well, like
it's a bit sunk cost fallacy. And if our non-nerds out there don't know what that means, sunk cost fallacy kind of refers to the fact that you go, oh, we're this far, might as well finish it. So, for example, Game of Thrones. And I think, you got a bit of that with Swiley, like you just said, he's had all this time at centre. You don't want to ruin it now. But, I mean, yeah, frankly, if we look at Lomax, there's a segue. Look at Lomax playing in a fairly, probably the easiest position to play in rugby, which is winger, or to learn the game from. He's killing it. And so maybe Swiley should have just hung out there until he learnt the game a bit more and they could move him back in. So let's talk about the Force, baby. The Force Reds, Force 19, Reds 14. So that means Reds have done the double on the Force. No, the Force have done the double on the Reds. The Brumbies have done a double on the Force. And the Reds have done the double on the Brumbies?
Yes. It's basically, this is kind of what is, if you talk about, I'm somewhat coming back to our point about Super Rugby and where we win. This is partly why we're in the situation that we're in. And we're going to have all the finals made in New Zealand because we've just cannibalized each other. Like the New Zealand sides is a clear pecking order. It's like the Hurricanes are the best. The Blues and Chiefs and Crusaders kind of fight for 2, 3, 4. But yeah, kind of the Chiefs are best of the rest, and then Blues, Crusaders 50-50. Large gap Highlanders, even large gap Moana. We just batter each other, and it ends up just costing us on a ladder. Because yeah, you're right. Force sweep the Reds. If the Reds have win both of these games, they're within more than within reach of a home final. Same thing you could say about the Brumbies. If they'd beaten the Reds on both occasions, which they could have, they would have been in the home final contention. It's just we're just too competitive. We're almost just too deep across the 4 teams, unlike the Kiwis. But now Force getting it done. Like you've got to wonder, and this got to be so frustrating for Simon Cron, who's just re-signed for another year. But you got to be frustrated, wondering why it's taken 8 to 9 weeks for this to come together. And look, largely that might be the Zach Lomax effect.
Every year, the Force.
It feels like it's every year. They just can't get it together. And this was
shout out Julie T.
Shout out Julie T. And this was kind of what we were thinking was going to happen when we preview the season was if they could just kind of ride the wave of a pretty tough start to the year, they could find a way to nab a couple of wins, and then you've got this home momentum. Suddenly they're an absolutely live hope to make finals, given they've got the next 2 games at home. One of those coming against the draw, and they look good against the Reds. Lomax was probably one of the quieter games he's had. They didn't have Ben Donaldson, who'll be back next week or the week after, but their defense was solid. They frustrated the Reds enough to kind of get the results and just hold them out when it mattered. And I will do another shout out. Kurtley Beale, game-winning strip at 37 years old. Now, I think he's third overall. This week will be third overall for most appearances with something like 187, which is nuts. It's nuts at
Super
37.
Rugby?
Yeah, for Super Rugby.
That's
It's nuts at 37. He's still kicking on, playing solid minutes off the bench. There are people well retired. I mean, first name came to mind, like Matt Tamua was a year younger than him. It feels like Matt Tamua's been out of the game for like 5 to 8 years.
Yeah.
I mean, he only retired in 2024, but it's felt like forever. Yet, here's someone who started about the same time or same age and is still giving good minutes off the bench for a winning Western Four side and coming up with clutch moments. So, shout out to Kurtley. Really, really looked good since the Achilles injury 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny when Kurtley does that. It's just it just brings back all the what if of his early years, like him and James O'Connor. You go, actually, you guys were great players. Like, what the hell happened? Like, you're still killing it when you're older. And you said 37 playing in such a pivotal position, and no young bucks can kind of knock him out of that team. It makes me feel a bit sad, Nathan. I wish I hadn't brought him up, actually. But well. So the Force
that's part of life.
It is part of life. So the Force had a great cause during this game. Before we get into the actual game, which Nathan can maybe talk a bit more. We've talked about it a bit. We'll talk about it a bit more. The Force were, for some reason, well, actually not for some reason.
Not for some reason.
A charity.
Very good reason.
Very good reason. Very good reason. But I'm not sure why the reason was red. Wearing a different color jersey.
I can go into that a bit more. I know why they're red.
But they chose to do it against the Reds, which was, frankly, Nathan, an alpha move.
Yeah,
and I'm for it.
It's
for a good cause.
It's the best way to do it. Like you've forced them out of being the red team, and it gets people talking. Like, hey, minute, I thought the Reds. Like, which team's the Reds here? Oh, that's the Reds. What? The Force are in red. Why are they in red? The reason why they're in red is the charity Zero to Hero. Their colours are red, or maybe a different tinge of maroon, or red to what the maroon the Reds wear. And it's a great, it's a WA based charity which looks after mental health within youth, and does awesome jobs over there. And they raised a lot of money for them in terms of ticket sales were going there. They were auctioning off jerseys after the game. An absolute wonderful cause, and it's really striking when you do it against the Reds. So I think in terms of its execution, it was perfect.
Yeah, it looked like a good kit. I actually really liked it, but yeah, playing against Reds. But yeah, I mean, any other kind of points from this game?
The Reds line-out is dog shit.
Yeah.
It is actually. I don't know what's happened to it. It is so bad, and they keep missing throws. I think they've missed 17 the last month. It's actually insane, which is concerning given the hookers they have in Matt Fezler and Josh Nasser, who've been very much around while we set up. The fact they can't throw straight is I don't know if it's the yips or whatever it is. It's so frustrating to watch. They've got to sort it out because it's costing them games.
Yeah, it is a funny thing, hey. That hookers through the line out for whatever reason, but it's not like they're the best throwers in the game. It's actually kind of funny that it's almost not the scrum halves that are doing the people that are the best passers in the game doing the line out. And then even
I
off
love
the
that. I love that you brought this up because I'm not sure you've seen the clip. There's a clip going around from the Prem of Owen Farrell throwing in the line out.
oh,
This
amazing.
this shit is immaculate. Like he does it properly, like a proper line out throw. It is an immaculate spiral. Hits the man like right at the top of the of his like jump. Like outrageous. I'll find you the clip and I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
It is
perfect. Great radio.
great. No, we'll Nick add a clip into the not to the YouTube, but add it to the bottom of the description so people can actually see it. Also, you've probably seen this clip. I don't know.
No,
If
I
not,
haven't.
look it up.
I
Look
haven't.
it up. If not, look it up.
Can you
And
find it? And we'll do a live reaction.
yeah, I just put it in our private chat.
Oh, god damn it. Oh, yeah, here we go. There's a comment section in private chat. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so.
Set the scene.
Oh, I wouldn't say it was a perfect spiral.
Wait, no,
It was accurate.
I'm gonna be honest. That's on me. I fucked up.
Yeah, what would it?
I've sent the wrong clip.
Oh, he's done it before.
This is great producing right now. I've absolutely set the wrong clip. I have no idea why their hooker's gone off. I think their hooker got yellow card or something like that, and it's like the 80th minute.
Yeah.
Watch that one.
Okay.
This is great. This is great radio. Great TV. While Nick brings that up,
Oh,
if you
wow.
yeah, he nails it.
And he knew the calls too. I guess they just said, "Oh, look, we're gonna do this." Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
But honestly,
Well,
though,
I was gonna
why isn't that a thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can just put the hooker at the back, ready to hit the wall when it starts. Yeah, thank you for that, Nathan. That was great.
Got there in the end.
Got there in the end. Got there in the end.
Got there in the end.
But yeah, so anyway, look, so Reds have lost to the Force twice. Force have lost to the Brumbies twice. Brumbies lost to the Reds twice. Or the Reds beat the Brumbies. Brumbies beat the Force. Force beat the Reds. And the patron saint of rugby takes, Paul Cully. Praise Paul Cully. He wrote in his weekly column this week. It's actually, look, it's not, it would be nice to go deep into a Super Rugby campaign, but it's actually not a bad thing. If you look at all the South African teams, they're not killing it necessarily in their club comps, but when they come together at the Springboks, they kill it. And his point was more so it's just great to have that competitiveness and to have the, you know, what you were saying before about the tiers of New Zealand rugby. But, you know, with the Force playing so well this year, and to be frank, like the floor of Australian rugby has been lifted, and it's really good to see.
Yeah.
And also just to have that threat from the Force, because the Force could do it every now and again. But look, they've got 3 scalps out of 5 so far, and it could be 4 if they beat the Waratahs last game of the season.
Yeah. I know they already beat the Waratahs. So they've got beat the Waratahs. They beat the Brumbies at some stage, or no, the Brumbies.
No, that was last year. I was thinking the same thing too.
Yeah. So again, the competition for spots is definitely higher. But yes, on the flip side, you're going to be going into a final series where it's not going to look good. There's going to be every final is going to be in New Zealand, barring a collapse from the Blues, and it's going to be near impossible for it not to be an all Kiwi semi-final probably. Unless like the Reds or the Brumbies can nab 4th place from the Crusaders, who have a tough run home. So, look.
Do you really need a home final?
Yes. Yeah, you do.
Why?
Given our record, because our record in New Zealand suggests otherwise. Like history and just the fact of the travel concerns, particularly. I mean, you look at a team like the Brumbies, every travel thing becomes a nightmare for them because they have to leave Canberra. The Reds
surely leaving Canberra is a good thing.
No, but it's tough to get like to other places. You consider I think it's pretty easy to get to Wellington, but Actually, no, it's not that bad. Actually, now I think of it, it's maybe just Hamilton's the annoying one because you've got to fly into Auckland, then
Auckland and
get the
then catch a bus.
bus down Hamilton and stay in Hamilton, which might be the worst thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, it's just when I say why is it bad, history dictates that we don't win finals games in New Zealand. So you not only got to go up against that factor, but the sort of rest the other teams get by not having to travel. Like it's something which again the stats don't lie, and it's been tough for a reason.
Look, I think if we're playing the Hurricanes, going to win the thing,
Yeah,
unless
like
they all get lasagna poisoning.
they're a class above, and they thumped the Blues. Like they looked really good.
Yeah, it was like a
They-
Waratahs draw.
Honestly, like near identical to it. Yeah, so it's 47-24, but the Blues put on 3 tries in the last like 15 minutes.
Suddenly, that Waratahs loss doesn't look so bad, huh?
Yeah.
But they, I think maybe not the Crusaders because they seem to be roaring up the competition, the rankings. But I think the Blues and Chiefs, like if they play their best, and look, Reds almost beat them. Tate should be back.
Yeah, he's been playing club. He
Mark?
played club footy this week, so he's good.
I think they've got a good chance, better than most years. Brumbies as well. They've had some. They beat the Chiefs at home. Beat the Blues as well. Thumped the Crusaders away. It's possible. It's possible against Hurricanes. No, but yeah.
You would have to put together the perfect game and then hope that the Hurricanes were just completely off. They look so good right now, and this is us trying to mock them, by the way. But even this won't be enough.
Yeah, we just play him in cricket. How about that? Get Brendan Julian to commentate. Oh no,
man.
What a man. But yeah, so future games coming up. So this Friday, Crusaders at home to the Chiefs. Don't really care, but probably be a good game.
No, we need the Chiefs to win. Chiefs to win, please.
All right, Chefs to win. Okay, we do want the Chefs to win.
Chefs to win. No bonus point for the Crusaders. We need that.
Chefs to cook, surely.
Chefs to cook.
Waratahs Brumbies Friday night 7:30. Let me check my calendar. Can I go to it? Yes, I can. Nathan, give me a bit of preview for this one. I'm looking forward to it. Actually, it's actually like you were saying earlier in the pod. It's fantastic. The Waratahs have done come back roaring in form right at the right time. What's the preview for this game?
Both teams need it. Like, it's more important for the Waratahs to win this game than the Brumbies. Like, the Brumbies can still probably sneak in if they lose this and then thump Moana. But yeah, this is finals come early. Waratahs Brumbies just adds another element to the rivalry. I think the Brumbies coming off a bye will be very dangerous. Potentially get Charlie Cal back. I don't know. We're recording this on Monday. I'm purely guessing. But if I had to guess, I'd say he's playing. This might be wrong. Who knows? Who cares? But until Lee, probably back for the Waratahs. Yeah, it's a great battle for ladder position, a great battle for Wallaby spots. I think this is going to be an absolute beauty of a game that comes down to the wire. I think this is a head v heart situation. Heart says Waratahs, but head says Brumbies.
For me, it's also head and heart's decision. Heart says Waratahs. Head also says Waratahs.
What head are you referring to there?
I'll leave that up to listeners to decide. Moana.
On to the
Reds.
next game. Moana Reds.
Yeah, do Moana Reds.
Reds should thump them. Moana, like the only thing that'll be going against the Reds is the fact that it's the last Moana game that was the last home game for Moana potentially. We don't know. Still up in the air whether they live into 27. Reds need to come out and thump them. They rested Mick Wright, Dungunu, Fluke, basically rested Sal Carlotto, although I think his partner was giving birth, so shout out them. They need to come out, put a shout babies. They need to come out, put a total on a team, and just ensure their survival. Like they've got a winnable game next week, but yeah, they need just to start building momentum and starts on Saturday away against Moana. Really,
Okay, Nathan, pause this there. I'm just going to get pen and paper out and do this real quick.
he's doing math. He's doing quick math. While he does pen and paper, you know what? I'm going to go into the next game because I like a stop sign. I'm going straight through it. I'm going to cop the fine. Hurricanes Highlanders. The Highlanders are basically cooked. They have one game left in the year. They are 4 points behind the Reds in sixth, and they have to beat the Hurricanes to just basically get level with the other two Australian sides. I think looking at mathematically possible for them to make finals, but it is like 0.1%. They need the Reds to essentially lose out, plus 6 other results to go their way. They're cooked. The Hurricanes, as we said, are so much better. They'll win this game and go one step closer to becoming minor premiers. I mean, you still doing maths? Do you want me to go through the forced draws permutations?
I am still doing.
Well, Nick still does
Oh my
maths.
God. No, sorry.
The final.
I'm just trying to figure things out. So hang on. So let's say, okay, we'll go with your prediction and say, actually, no, let's do underdog. So let's say Tahs win.
Yes, sir.
Are
you giving him 4 points or a 5 point bonus point win?
Let's just give him 4 points.
And do the Brumbies get a bonus point loss?
Let's not for now. Wait, who the Force playing on?
So the Force have the drawer. The Force.
The drawer.
Force,
okay. Let's talk about
9th v 10th. 9th v 10th. Force are the form set team so far. Basically the last 6 weeks, really. The drawer coming off a tough loss to the Waratahs. Their final hopes are pretty muddy right now. You expect the Force to continue their winning ways, and if they need a win and kind of pray for carnage around them to make the 6. The drawer, fun fact. Not fun for the drawer though. They have no bonus points on the year.
That's
in 12
crazy.
games, they've not had a single bonus point. How nuts is that?
How did they not get the bonus? How did the Waratahs get the bonus point?
Because they scored 3 more tries than the drawer. The Hurricanes
3 more tries.
10
I thought it was 4.
No, it's
but
3.
they move it down.
It's always been 3.
All right, okay.
But what you're thinking of is the 4 try bonus point for just scoring 4 tries, which, sidebar, has been proven to be so stupid because I'm not sure if you saw the premiership results during the weekend. But was it? Yeah, Northampton beat Bristol 94-33. Bristol conceded 94 points and still got a point because they've got 4 tries. You got beat by 61 and you still get a point. Like, that's mental.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
At least so entertaining.
Yeah. Go to the 3 try system so much better. But yeah, Drua somehow haven't got a bonus point all year, and it's going to cost them because they're going to fall a couple of points short. The Force still in it, need a bonus point win. Basically, need to do what the Tahs did to potentially set up a deciding game between the two sides at HBF Park to round out the regular season next week. But
okay, before we get on to the second week, Chiefs and Crusaders. We want the Crusaders to win. I mean, the Chiefs to win.
We want the Chiefs to. I think so. Yes.
Okay. And forgive my ignorance. Do you get a point for a bye? No.
No.
Yeah, as it should be. Sorry, I got confused with NRL there. So, okay, based on that, no bonus points are sorted. On that, what you said to me, Tahs beat Brumbies, Reds win. Tahs go into the top 6.
Yes.
Force, unfortunately, they're on 26, and the Brumbies would be on 29 in this scenario. So I guess the Force are only getting in, if chaos happens.
Yes.
Hopefully draws all around.
But it's in this scenario, the Tahs would be on 30 and the Western Force would be on 26. If the Force were to beat the Waratahs and the Force deny the Waratahs a bonus point, both teams would be on 30. The first tiebreaker is not for and against, it's actually wins. So the Force would be on 7 wins. The Waratahs would be on 6. Thus, they would have the tiebreaker and go ahead of the Waratahs.
That would be nuts. I'd love to. Sorry, I'd just love to see the Force in the finals. I think it'd be fantastic. And honestly, and look, patron saint of rugby takes, Paul Cully, called them the form side in Australian rugby. And honestly, last 4 weeks, you cannot disagree with that. I think.
I mean, not even the last 4 weeks. Like, you think you can go further back and look at some of those results and see how, not necessarily unlucky, but how close they've been. Because like everyone looks at I mean, it probably starts with that game against the Chiefs on their return home. Like they went down 24-14, but they were, from memory, in that game for a considerable period. Like
I think
the Chiefs kicked a penalty late. No bonus point.
I think they kicked a penalty late, then scored a try, like a real lucky try.
But from that moment, they went thumping win over the Reds, a loss against the Drew where they had a kick to win it, beat the Crusaders, beat the Waratahs, fall back to earth against the Brumbies, but then beat the Reds again. That's a good run. And even you look before that, an 8-point loss to the Hurricanes. That's probably the closest win they've had. And definitely the closest win against the Australian sides. And an 8-point loss to the Highlanders, which they could have easily won had they had their shit together. And then before that, a thumping win over Ryan Pacifica.
Yeah,
like they're a good. I'd say all the signs they're a good side. They just haven't really didn't put it together to start the year. It's gonna come down to that New Zealand stretch where they had, from memory, like you can do the maths. Yeah,
they played the Hurricanes, then they played Moana. So they played the Hurricanes.
Moana, Highlanders, Hurricanes. With 10 minutes to go or something like that, in all 3 games, they had a bonus point, whether it was a winning bonus point or a losing bonus point. And all 3 games, they conceded late or just threw away chances that meant they couldn't get a bonus point. And that's not even including the Chiefs game, where they had a bonus point till the last minute when McKenzie kicked that penalty that we mentioned. Suddenly, their 22 points could have very easily been 26 or 27, and they're more than in the fight then. So that's my concern, is it's gonna cost them. I think it's part of what we said during that time as well, that 3-week stint, the fact they didn't get a bonus point is going to be something that they're going to look back on and just wonder what could have been.
Yeah, 100%. So with 2 rounds left, let's do the last round. Now, keep in mind that as of this round, the Hurricanes are only 5 points ahead of the Chiefs, and a win is 4 points. So if the
they get a bonus point, it's 5.
Yes. So if the Chiefs win both of their games, let's say they get 8 to 10 points, and the Hurricanes drop 1, Chiefs could be on top of the table.
Yes, that's how maths works.
That is how maths works, everybody. And Nathan's good at it. That's why he became a journo for all those stats.
Yes, sir.
So
final round.
Final round. So the Hurricanes playing the Highlanders, which they should win. But in the last round,
this is not the last. The last round is Crusaders Hurricanes.
Yes, Well, sorry, second to last round, Highlanders, but
which have gone through
Hurricanes.
Yeah.
So Hurricanes will be in Christchurch.
Yes.
So, spitballing, who do you think will win? Do you think there's a chance here that, especially if the Chiefs win, the Hurricanes will not take their foot off the brake?
And which is what we're picking, right? We're picking a Chiefs win. So in this situation, the Hurricanes still need a win to get minor premiers. So I think the Hurricanes win this game. Maybe the Crusaders get a bonus point.
So yeah, maybe. But let's say they don't. Let's say there's no bonus points.
Say no bonus point.
Just to make everything simple. So the Crusaders are on 32 points. For reference, right now, the Crusaders are 4th with 32 and the Brumbies are 29 points, and the Reds are on 28. So this means, Nathan, like you were saying before, and look, it's feasible. We could see this happening, that the Chiefs will be on 32, maybe 34 if they lose both games. And then later that Friday night is Reds and Fiji. Can't see Reds losing that. So Reds really probably have the easiest run home. No offense, but by the table. Nathan, you muted.
God damn it! By far, the Reds have their best run.
So I
By
could
far.
even see it easily getting 36. And look, if they get bonus points on both, 38. Really good tally. But if the Crusaders lose, they're on 32. So Reds are above the Crusaders at this point. How far up? We're going to find out. Brumbies Moana. Got to say the Brumbies win that.
Yep. So give them at
33.
least 4.
At least 4. Again, people not playing bonus points. We'll come to that later. Then, what's the next game? Chiefs and Blues.
I mean, at this stage, this does not matter for our ladder.
This does not
But
matter.
you probably say Chiefs.
All right, let's say Chiefs.
Chiefs, I believe, being the home side. Yes, they are.
Yeah. Local derby. I mean, how sick would it be if all these seasons always ended with a local derby? It is nice that the Force playing the Waratahs as the last game. I like that as a bit of culture. Wouldn't it be nice? Local derby, last game. Wouldn't that amp things up?
Just add something to it.
I'd deliver something.
Then you're also less likely to rest players if your season's basically done. Like you want to go out there and try and prove a point. Like I think the Waratahs and Reds finished the year last year, and that was a banger.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm recalling it. Okay. So sorry. So Hurricanes, Chiefs, Moana for, drew out 20. Who else do we have? Tahs. So Highlanders are not playing. They've got to buy. So they've got one win. They've got one game to get points.
Which is what I was saying before. They're cooked. That game is against the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Highlanders, for all intents and purposes, are out of finals contention in my book.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you.
They're out
because not only do they've got one game, but it's chaos around them, and it's not like anyone's far behind them. So then it comes down to Tahs and Force. Now I think Force are going to take this.
Really interesting.
Yeah, I think at home this is all they've ever wanted. Although, I mean, they do have a habit of being the better team than the Tahs, but still losing to them. Happened last year. I think that was that the one. No, that was Hurricanes that it went to tiebreaker.
No, you're correct. It was also the Waratahs. Darby Lancaster scored in the corner.
Yeah, I remember that.
With 30 seconds to go. Yeah, back yourself. Back yourself. You know ball.
Yeah. I do know ball. I was going to say it got finished in the corner. I remember that. So, what do you think, Nathan?
I think the Waratahs win that game, and because I'm still manifesting the Crusaders miss the finals. This has been one big PR exercise, by the way, to say that the Crusaders can miss the finals.
Okay. This is how the table would stand. Hurricanes top 58. Chiefs second, 53. On 38 points, the Blues. Fourth, the Reds. 36 points. Fifth and sixth, Tahs and then Brumbies.
And seventh would be the Crusaders.
Nathan, 32 points, Crusaders.
We could do this.
This could happen. Oh, fantastic. If the Force won that, neither team would get in.
Which would be very Force-like.
Yeah, be very Force-like to drag us all down like that. But Crusaders would be bottom-ranked team. Would come sixth. So. And look, that's not including bonus points. So like I said, if Tahs win both, 8 points, 26 plus 8, 34. Could get 2 bonus points, get 36. If Force win it, that would be on 30. 2 bonus points, and Crusaders get none. They're on 32 each. They didn't play each other this year, did they? No.
Who, Crusaders and Force?
Yeah.
They did. They did, and the Force beat them. That was like Lomax's first game.
No.
Yes, it was. Yeah, Force beat the Crusaders at home, and then Lomax scored the try, and he went nuts. And
they did. Oh my god! Wouldn't that be amazing, Nathan? So, oh my god, this is exciting. Thanks, everyone. That's great maths. We'll put this on Instagram.
In all seriousness, I will have an article coming out in like the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 days.
Okay. Well, I'll do it. I'll do the Instagram post before in 1 or 2 days, mate.
Yeah, with your projected ladder, put up your what's my jig? Put up your little scribblings and
Whoa, he's on the fire path tonight.
your little scribblings.
Where did Finn touch
little...
you, mate? Where did Finn touch her?
It's more like where he didn't touch me. That's where the problem is.
Yeah, that guy's crazy.
It's crazy.
I'll put my little scribblings up, and we can compare from there.
So yeah, that's our prediction for the last fortnight. See how close we get.
That could happen. Oh my god, Nathan, I'm so excited.
Hey.
That is actually great play. And it'll make me actually watch this Crusaders Chiefs game, mate.
Yeah, there you go. You have to try and find a bar somewhere before the Waratahs Brumbies game that's showing it.
Jokes on you. I've got Stan on my phone.
There we go. Stan Sport, sponsor us, please.
I'm going to look like a little loser watching my phone in a pub. Yeah. Oh, that is so exciting, though, Nathan. How confident are you on your picks?
In which, on my picks, the only one I think I could flip is the Tahs and Brumbies. I think the others, I reckon it's going to happen.
Wow. Okay. Put some money where your mouth is, and I don't mean that as a threat. I'd like to see your winnings.
I can't. I legally cannot bet.
Nathan, I wish you could put your money where your mouth is, but fortunately for all of us, you cannot actually bet. But you know what I've seen, Nathan? And it's basically interest at this point. Is Hurricanes paying $2.30 to win the whole thing?
$2.35. Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, I saw it with my own eyes.
That's crazy. That's a sharp pick from you.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Thank you. You know me, I'm a bit of a shark. Hammerhead, baby.
Fins up.
Got that binocular vision. Fins up, baby. Dorsal fins. Cool. I guess, that was really cool, Nathan. I really enjoyed that. I hope we get the most interesting set of results this weekend to fund the discussion next week. I hope it's not doom and gloom. I hope, Moana don't take down the Reds and Drua take down the Force. Of course, and shout out Moana, because if they lose both of these games, as we're predicted, they're going to end the season on 4 points.
Which would be sad, but they are. They haven't been good. They haven't been good.
They have not been good. They have not been good at all. Anyway, I think that's about it for us. Nathan, if there's anything more you want to talk about, or we just go to shout-outs?
I think I'm pretty good, actually. Yeah, let's go to shout-outs.
Yeah, I want to shout out France's women's team, who are the only team in the Six Nations really taking it to England, but they still got done on the weekend. And England, 5 from 5, won another Six Nations. How good, he says, ironically.
Still got whooped. It's a shame. But, the gap's somewhat getting closer. Potentially. I don't know. It's just, yeah. I think I saw a podcast with Ruby too. She said, as soon as New Zealand beat them in, I think, the 2017 World Cup, she could see the investment coming, and she was like, oh my God, I'm not sure if anyone can be able to stop this. And that's reality. I'm not sure anyone is going to be able to stop this. This is kind of, this is cooked. They've got so many more resources to play with. Even a fun fact. Three, essentially half of the premiership is amateur players, basically almost paying to play. Yet they've still got the resources to kind of get it all together. They basically get together for all their players of national interest, and they cook. So yeah, the French are looking. I'd say a lot stronger, but England's still on top.
Yeah, it feels a bit like the Bledisloe under Checker. Damien
Unfortunately,
McKenzie would score a hat trick in 15 minutes. All right.
You kind of just like, well, we're stuffed.
Yeah. Do you have a shout out?
I have a shout out. My shout outs are for milestones. Because on Tuesday, depending on when this goes out, this could be Tuesday. Tuesday could have been
Nick has a lot of
yesterday, but
editing to do.
Nick's under pressure. Get
Maybe
this out.
not,
No,
depending on if you've heard everything.
don't know. Wait and see. We'll see if we've been cancelled or not. But Tuesday marks 500 days till the start of the 2027 World Cup, and I'm excited. I think it's going to be an awesome event, and milestones like this kind of bring it a bit more on the horizon of just how close it is. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the World Cup build only ramping up, which would be nice. So, shout out milestones, shout out the Rugby World Cup.
Yeah, shout out a metric calendars as well. If 200 days actually means anything to you.
500 days.
500 days, sorry.
Till the World Cup.
Give me in months or weeks, then it makes more sense.
Can I do one sad shout out?
Milestone. I do like a milestone, yeah.
Can I do one sad shout out?
Yeah.
Sad shout out to Caleb Tangata.
Okay, why?
Because he did his Achilles in the Highlanders loss. He would have been an All Black this year. He would have been an All Black this year, 100%. I reckon he would have been breakout player of the year in World Rugby. But yeah, no, did his Achilles with the Highlanders. Fuck me! Oh no, I've got a quick rant. The siren had sounded. The Highlanders could not get a bonus point, but they decided, you know what, we're going to try and ruin the bonus point for the team they're playing, who escapes me at this stage, but I'm trying to scramble for the Chiefs. They were trying to deny the Chiefs a bonus point. So they went, all right, we're just going to start attacking. Caleb Tangata goes for a needless carry and ruptures an Achilles. His season's over. He's now stuffed. What's even like compounds the wound even more is the Chiefs then ran down the field and scored. So it didn't even matter. But suddenly, instead of just let's just play smart here. Just kick the ball out, survive for another day, and now you just lost your dude. Same thing happened last year to Wallaroos and Charlotte Caslick. Going for unnecessary plays after the siren. She got syndesmosis. Her syndesmosis basically cracked off a hip drop tackle when there was no need to go for a attack when the siren's done. Like, just count your losses and move on. No one's been against it. And now all of a sudden, for the Highlanders' sake and for the All Blacks' sake, they've just lost. They're the informed winger outside of Vehi, and now they're down another option for needless play, or for a kid that was looking so good and so promising. So, sad shout out.
Yeah, that sucks. Poor guy. Nathan, what's the worst injury you've ever done?
I've never broken a bone in my body, nor have I done a ligament.
All the hallmarks of a coward.
I'm built different. Man, I played second row.
Yeah.
We're just built different.
In your life,
brother. I hit plenty of rocks. That's all I did.
Yeah. I don't so much have a shout out, but I have some trivia for you, Nathan.
Lay it on me. I'm ready.
So the people coming first are tied, number one. So we'll do the third, and the fourth. So you got to name 4 players. Who are the top 4 players, points-wise, in Super Rugby this year?
Ooh. Does it have to be in order?
No.
Doesn't have to be in order. Okay, so I reckon I go pretty close here, because I was somewhat looking at these stats a couple of weeks ago. And when I looked it up, Brian Lonergan and Ben Donaldson were towards the top. So I'm assuming they're still there. Somewhere about.
Yes, they both are. Who's number 1, though? Out of one of them is number 1. Equal first.
Wait, are they equal first, or is one number 1?
One is number 1, one's number 4.
I'm going to say Donaldson is first and Lonergan's 4th.
Lonergan's equal first, 95 points. 4 tries, 29 conversions, 4 penalties. Donaldson's only scored 1 try.
Donaldson scored 1 try? Really? Interesting.
Yeah. But
The
who's
other
the
two?
other? Yeah, who other two?
Yeah.
So equal
The other
third
two.
and not equal third. Number three, the third one and equal one.
Equal first. Given they've scored a lot of points this year, I'm going to say Ruben Love is one.
No, he's number 9.
He's number 9. And I think I know another one. Sid Harvey.
Sid Harvey is third this year. Isn't that nuts?
There you go. It's crazy.
When did he start?
It's
Round 4? Was that his first game?
something crazy like that. But I just thinking of people. It was just kind of thinking of like try scorers who also goal kick. So with that same logic, is Damien McKenzie my missing man?
Yeah,
Of course
he's
it is.
equal first.
Of course, it's Damien McKenzie. Yeah, no, that's crazy. Sid Harvey. He's played like 6 or 7 games in the starting side, and is already top 4 for points.
Isn't that nuts, man? And then 2 Hurricanes wingers are on this list, and all they've done is score tries.
I mean, Fehi Feninaku he's tied for that pronunciation was dog shit, by the way. So I don't apologize.
Fine Anaganafo. 16 tries.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one away. He's tied for the record right now with Ben Lamb and Joe Roth for the all-time season. So he'll go real close. Sid Harvey. I'll say the fact about Sid Harvey I was looking for. He was kicking for the East in their grand final. I think in that grand final. So he was not only kicking, but he was doing like everything, like scoring tries, doing all that shit. I think he scored something like 32 points in a Colts final.
That's nuts.
That's ridiculous.
That's like Michael Jordan areas, you know.
I don't know what he actually did. I'm still trying to kind of scramble right now and find the stat, but you look at himself.
I've got another stat for you. It's actually funny. There's a lot of Australians on the top point scorers, but not leading try scorers.
Yikes.
So I said the 2 Hurricanes wingers have scored. So Fini Anganafo, 16 tries. Yep. Josh Morby, 12 tries. Number 3, both on 9 tries, equal. One of them is Samasoni Takiaho.
Mm-hmm.
There's an Australian there. He's also scored 9 tries.
Australian. Sorry. I found the stat. It's more fucked than I realized. Sid Harvey in a Colts game, 51 points. He scored 51 points in a game, 5 tries and 15 conversions.
That's crazy, man.
That's crazy. In terms of your try scorer, who would have scored 9? I mean, Charlie Cowell would have been up there, but he's got injured. Tizano?
Kale. You had it right.
Oh, it was Cowell. Fuck, I should have stuck with it.
Tizano scored 7. So the try scorers, you got 1, 2, equal third, then equal fifth. And there's 8 guys on equal fifth. And the only other Australian on that list is Jorgo.
That's crazy.
Who actually has on this list has the lowest, second lowest tries per game.
Hey.
So anyway, there you go. Fun facts.
The more you learn.
Fun facts. Cool. All right. Thank you, Nathan, for another great podcast. Thanks, everyone, for listening. I hope you really enjoyed a preview and gone through that. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. Honestly, that's actually that's shone a really good light on following this weekend, Nathan. So you've done your job well. Your job as in your professional job. Well done. And I'm looking really forward to it. So, going to be a cracking weekend. lots on the line for all the Australian teams. And just glad to see that there doesn't seem to be a lot of dead rubbers.
Yeah,
It's still all to
good.
play for. Might be a bit different come next weekend, but yeah, mate, looking forward to it. So thank you for joining, Nathan. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And I hope you have a great weekend watching a great round of Super Rugby.
We've got another week to get back on the horse and take that horse to the water, and you can ask that horse, you can say, hey horsey, do you want to have a drink or do you want to swim? Yeah, and it's up to that horse to then realise what he wants to do in his life. So we're looking forward to, like I say, getting back on that horse.
And are you looking forward to getting back on the horse 6 months since we last saw you?
I don't like horses, I can't ride.
Give myself an uppercut.